Alright, here's the tenderloin skin. What I did was lathered it with butter. Then you slice up 2 whole onions, put the 2 whole onions on top of the pork skin. Alright, after you put the 2 onions on top of the pork skin, it's up to you if you want to flavor the onions or not. Me personally, I normally don't put seasoning on top of onions because the onions are really going to drown out the seasoning already. Alright, the next thing we know and do, we're going to season up our pork loin. Alrighty guys, here's the pork loin right here. Normally I put basil, ground cumin, parsley, salt, and pepper on top of my tenderloins. Fresh ground pepper has a better taste than the powdered pepper. Alrighty, let's get all that on there and I'll show you what it looks like after. Alrighty, so seasoned the pork loin. That's what it looks like with all the seasonings that I put on it. I don't tell anybody how much to put on because everybody has different taste. I normally put on a good helping of basil, a good helping of parsley. I put on just a little cumin. The cumin gives it more of a, if you like tacos, it gives kind of like a taco taste to it. Put a good helping of pepper and salt. Alright then, one more thing we're going to put on top of this tenderloin. You want to make sure you got 3 bell peppers. They ain't got to be different colors, they can be the same. But just remember, every color of bell pepper has a different flavor. Alright, we're going to take these bell peppers and we're going to slice them up and we're going to lay them across the top of this tenderloin. Well, it ain't specifically got to look like this. I just try to make mine look pretty good. But this right here, this is your old tenderloin when you get done with it. But we're not quite done yet. Everybody's probably like, oh, we get to put it in the oven. No, you don't get to put it in the oven just yet. What you're going to do, you're going to grab your old taters right here. We're going to chop these taters up and we're going to put them all around this tenderloin. When we put them all around this tenderloin, we're going to show you what it looks like then. And then we're going to take it, we're going to put it in the oven. I'm going to explain it in the oven, what temperature and everything you need to put it in the oven, and I will show you. Alrighty, this is what it's going to look like with all your taters sitting there beside your old tenderloin. It's going to look like this on both sides. Alright, then we're going to take this tenderloin and we're going to stick it in the oven at 225 degrees for 5 hours. Alrighty everybody, once we stick this in the oven at 225 and when the finished product is done, I'll post another video and show you what it looks like. Alrighty then everybody, this is the 5 hours after 225 for 5 hours. See, you still got a little pink. That's good. That means it's been slow cooking. It's not completely done yet though. You're going to crank your oven up to 300. Alright, now when you put your oven at 300, you got to keep an eye on your tenderloin because 300 is going to make it cook faster. Make sure you cut it up. Cut up in slices like this right here. Alright, when you cut the slices up, you're going to stick it back in the oven. However well done you want your tenderloin is according to how long you're going to put it in there. In this part, you're going to want to cover your pan, which causes the juices to finish cooking the tenderloin instead of the juices coming out. Alright, after we're completely done, I will finish the video. Alright guys, I put it in there for another 40 minutes under 300. There's finished tenderloin. Now what we're going to do with all this grease right here, most people like to pour this grease out. We're not going to pour it out, we're going to use it. We're going to put it into another container. Okay, I'm going to show y'all how to make some homemade gravy to pour on top of this tenderloin by using that grease. Alright, as you can see, I separated the juice from the tenderloin and put it in this pot. I'm going to bring this into a bowl. This is all-purpose flour. So what we're going to do, we're going to go 1, 2, 3 spoonfuls of all-purpose flour. Right here, we got baking powder. We're going to put 1 whole spoonful of baking powder. That's all it takes. Now what we're going to do after this right here heats up real good, we're going to add our little mixture here into there. Alrighty guys, got it to a boil. I'm going to have to do this with one hand, so I'm going to have to do it pretty quick. What we're going to do, we're going to put our mixture in here. Then we're going to take a whisk. We're going to whisk it around real good. Baby, get me a big cup of water. Alright, we're going to keep whisking it. Hurry up. You trying to let me burn it? Hang on, guys. Alright, as I was saying, now we gotta let our mixture heat back up. Alright, you see it's heating up, it's starting to thicken up real good. That's what you want. Now what you're gonna do, you're gonna add your water to this. You're gonna mix it up real good again. You're gonna bring it back to a boil. And it's gonna start thickening right back up real good. You have to constantly whisk it. You can't just let it sit, because if you do, it's gonna clump up, and you don't want that. Alright everybody, what I did, I stuck it back in the oven at 300 for 40 minutes. This right here is a complete tenderloin, completely cooked. That right there is some homemade gravy used by using the juice from the tenderloin itself. What you're going to do, you're going to pour the juice into a pot, and you're going to add 3 spoonfuls of all-purpose flour and 1 spoonful of baking soda. You're going to whisk it up, and it's going to start to thicken up real good. You're going to start pouring water in it until it thins out. You got to keep bringing it to a boil to the point where it doesn't turn into curdles no more. It just stays straight liquid. You're going to take that and you're going to pour it into here. After it does that, you're going to let it cool inside there with a tenderloin, which is going to cause you thick gravy. And that right there is how I make my tenderloins.